Hello and welcome everybody to the Yugioh channel. It's Peanut here, bringing you another deck profile today. This one is a requested deck profile from last week, so Riku, I'm bringing you your Yang Zing Deck Profile. And basically all I can say about this deck is it is super fun to play. There are a lot of potential combinations. You'll find a lot of good players will choose to use this deck. However, it is very strong. There's a lot of floating effects and a lot of possible combinations in there. And also a disclaimer on the fact that, again guys, this is my version, but this deck is highly customizable. There are many possible main deck and extra deck choices for you to look into and pursue. So again, customization is what makes this game great. So if you want to play around with it a little bit and make it your own, that's absolutely fantastic as well. I found quite a bit of success with this. And if at any point you want me to put up a tutorial or some gameplay footage of this, post that in the comments for us below. I'll be more than happy to get back to you and post a video up on some gameplays for you as well. I will be playing this on stream probably at the weekend now. Just have a few games with it here and there and see how we perform. And I will be getting into a deck list for you in just a moment. Before I do that, if you do like this video guys, hit that like button for us. We always appreciate any support you can give us. I'm going to set a small like goal on this video of 5 likes, so if you can help me reach that target, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you've seen any of our videos before, or you'd like to see more content from the Yugioh channel, consider subscribing to us. You can do that by either clicking the subscribe button below this video, or you can click the Yugioh circle at the end. And this is just to ensure that we can keep bringing you more content, more Legacy of the Duelist deck profiles, videos, tips, all that great stuff. And again guys, any support and stuff you show to us is always really appreciated. We love interacting with our audience, and we just want to keep growing and continuing that great feeling. So then, without further ado guys, we're going to get into the card list. So we are running just 7 spells. First one being Dark Hole, Mind Control, we've got Raigeki, Soul Charge, Yang Zing Path, 3 of those. Just great draw power there. Dark Hole and Raigeki because of board clearance. All your monsters are floaters, so Dark Hole's not going to hurt you. And there's Mind Control because there's nothing funnier than stealing your opponent's monsters and synchroing with them. So this deck's weak points being in monster effects. So monster effects, a lot of it, whether it be banishment or shuffling away, etc., can really potentially hurt this deck, because then obviously the floating effects are not active and you are losing advantage on the field. So I'm running 2 breakthrough skill, 2 Call the Haunter just for a bit of resurrection, skill drain because all your effects activate and resolve in the graveyard. So you know, it's not really hurting you as much, and there are a lot of decks out there that skill drain just kills off right now. We've got Solemn Brigade, so we're playing 2 strike and 1 warning. Now I know some people choose to use Fiendish Chain in this deck because it can be used on normal summon monsters, etc. But strike for me negates the summon, you know, special summon, and then obviously there's the effect negation possibility on there as well for it. And for me, this is just a personal preference. Some people might want to run Fiendish Chain instead, and then warning some summon negation. I'm running 1 Torrential Tribute. Again, your monsters are floaters, it's not going to hurt you as much as it's going to hurt your opponent. 1 Vanity's Emptiness, so when you've got an established board or your players, or you know your opponent's going to go off, this can come in really handy. Probably the best trap in the deck, Yang Zing Creation. So if a monster or monsters you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Yang Zing monster from your deck. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. So again, Creation's absolutely fantastic, just about building some dominance on the board. If you've got multiples of these out as well, it's absolutely crazy. Just get all your Synchro plays off and beat down your opponent. We're playing 2 Bian, Earth of Yang Zing. So this allows you to synchro in your opponent's main phase or battle phase as well. And let's have a look. So, and a synchro monster made with this card can't be destroyed by battle. And we've got 3 Bixie, Water of the Yang Zing. So again, allows you to synchro in your opponent's main phase or battle phase. And then synchro monster made with this card is unaffected by trap cards. Chiwen, Light of the Yang Zing. So so it's got the same Yang Zing effect, floating effect, so when it's destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon a Yang Zing monster other than this card from your deck. As all of them have that effect apart from this one. let's just search a Yang Zing spell or trap card. So yeah, let's have a look. So when this card is in your graveyard and a Yang Zing monster you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon this card, and if you do, banish it when it leaves the field. So again, extra field presence, gets a tuner on the field there for future plays. And yeah, we've got one effect veiler in there, just some extra effect negation, and I believe we're siding another one as well. Really don't want those monster effects going off. Playing one Yugioh 2, Darkness of the Yang Zing. So this one is a huge playmaker. So let's have a look. Same Yang Zing floating effect again. If you control no other monsters, you can send 2 Yang Zing cards from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Yang Zing monster with 0 attack and 1 Yang Zing monster with 0 defense, but banish them during the end phase. You can only activate this effect once per turn, and only once that turn. So again, it's pretty much instant synchro plays. If you need to go into that as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, because Baxia and a lot of the synchros are a nightmare for your opponent to deal with. We're playing one Pulau Wind of the Yang Zing. So let's have a look. So during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can immediately after this card effect resolve, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using only Yang Zing monsters you control. So they're quick effects as well. And a synchro monster with this uses the materials unaffected by spells. And Suani, so this one allows you to synchro in your opponent's main phase or battle phase as well, and a synchro monster summoned with this card gains 500 attack and defense. And we've got Tyote, Shadow of the Yang Zing. So let's have a look. Once per turn during your opponent's battle phase or main phase, so in your opponent's turn you can synchro with it again. And so the possession of a synchro monster that's synchroed using this as a material cannot change, so they can't take control of it. Then we've got Zephyrianu, Secret of the Yang Zing. So this is one of the Zephyr cards. We're playing 2 of those in total. So when it's pendulum summoned, or when this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, while in your monster zone, you can add 1 Yang Zing or Zephyr spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, so you can get creation with this. Or path. You can only use the effect of Zephyriano, Secret of the Yang Zing once per turn. And pendulum effect is not. You can only pendulum summon. You can't pendulum summon monsters except Yang Zing or Zephyr monsters, and that can't be negated. And that's got the same pendulum effect as well. So Zephyr Axie. Sorry about the enunciation. That's absolutely terrible. So let's have a look. So if this card's pendulum summoned or special summoned from the main deck. Yeah, pendulum summoned or summoned from the main deck, you can target 1 Yang Zing or Zephyr monster you control, except this card. That monster is treated as a tuner, both tuner monster this turn. Also, place this card on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. So obviously you can make a monster that's not a tuner for a turn. When this card leaves the field, you put it on the bottom of the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard or the pendulum zone. Which again is fantastic. It just helps you get into a few more synchro players, etc. Yeah, so we'll go into the extra deck quickly. Side deck cards. This is the general side deck I would use for this. It's just due to what I play against most frequently. I would really recommend Imperial Iron Wall because you don't want your stuff to get banished really. And Veruin for pendulums and stuff. Twin Twister, if you feel you really do need spell and trap destruction in here, and you're playing against decks that really have become a problem, then you can scrap something like Mind Control and Rigeki or Mind Control and Torrential Tribute or something for it, so you can play some main deck spell and trap destruction. My experience with the deck so far though is found that you just don't need it. Because all these monsters float and it's few and far between they're going to use spell and trap effects to get rid of your cards. And obviously Flying Sea kills BA, kills Tellers, kills anything that's highly XYZ based. Maxi gets them off for special summons, extra advantage for you. And I've sided a Crimson Blader as well, so those matches like Blue Eyes, etc. Crimson Blader's pretty good at killing them off if you get rid of the stone with the Crimson Blader. You know, or one of the low monsters. Just stops you having any trouble from them from that point on. Okay, so extra deck then. We're playing 1 Army UD to Keeper of Boundaries. two backs here, brightness of the Yang Zing. So backs here is just absolutely phenomenal. When it's synchro summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of different original attributes of the worm type monsters used for the synchro summon of this card, shuffle them into the deck. So usually it'll be 3 monsters of different attributes you'll use, so basically you synchro summon it and shuffle 3, target and shuffle 3 cards away that your opponent controls. Once per turn you can target 1 card you control and 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, destroy that card on the field, and if you do, special summon the other monster from the graveyard. So let's say you've got another Yang Zing monster on the field, you can target and destroy that, special summon a Yang Zing from your graveyard to the field, a 4 or lower, then use the Yang Zing monster you destroyed's effect to special summon one from your deck, so setting up other plays as well. Playing 1 Beals of the Diabolical Dragons, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, 1 Blackwing Nothing the Starlight, so extra normal summons there, 1 Chofeng Phantom of the Yang Zing. So when it's synchro summoned, when this synchro summon card is on the field, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same original attributes as the Yang Zing monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. And when this synchro summon card is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 tuner monster from your deck to your hand. And once per turn, when your opponent controls is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 worm type monster from your deck in defensive position whose original attribute matches that original attribute of one of those destroyed monsters, that they had on the field, which is great. So we're running Clear Wing Synchro Dragon as well. You can put Crystal Wing in here if you wish. There are ways obviously to get into it, but I'm just choosing to run Clear Wing for now. 1 Gale Guardian, 1 Herald of the Arclight. So again, good for locking your opponent out, getting some banishment going on their behalf and stuff as well. Absolutely great card. 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, a little bit of defense there for you. 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, so when things can't be destroyed or they can't be targeted, going into Trish and just banishing them. Absolutely great way to get rid of things. It's a little bit of irony actually, because whenever I play against Yang Zing with other synchro based decks, I will Trish them, and multiple times in the same game. I'll Trish them and wait till it's destroyed, then use Cypherem Lord Omega to put it back in the extra deck and make it again. Because it is just a killer for stuff like that. Yazi, Evil of the Yang Zing. So cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each effect of Yazi, Evil of the Yang Zing once per turn. So you can target 1 Yang Zing monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy them. And when this card you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon 1 worm type monster from your deck in defense position. So again, just reinforcing those floating effects, reinforcing that dominating in field presence. Absolutely fantastic. And I've put 1 Divine Dragon Night Veilgrand in here. The rank 8 could be absolutely of your choice. You could go for Hope Harbinger, you could go for Heliopolis, because again, you can destroy your own monsters, then get their effects and destroy your opponent's cards, etc. Because you can make rank 8s quite easy, you do synchro quite a lot. The reason why I've chosen this is just a bit more effect negation, a little bit more safety. Yeah, that pretty much concludes the deck profile for today then, guys. What I would say is just if you're going to build this, just practice with it a little bit, just have a few practice games, read the effects, play around with it a little bit. It is immensely fun to play, and there are so many different combinations and monsters you can summon, etc. And yeah, like I said, let us know what you think. If you do like our video, again I'll say give us a like, comment on it, subscribe, share with your friends. It's always very much appreciated, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace out.